What's up, everyone? It's Chicks in the Office with Rianne Fran giving you that Friday energy on a Wednesday. Happy Wednesday, everybody. This podcast is presented by Microsoft 365 Copilot. Before we get into today's show, the topics, everything we have to talk about, we need to talk about the thing that is keeping everyone's lives organized right now, and that is Microsoft 365 Copilot.
That's right, because the world moves fast, but your workday moves even faster. Pitching products, drafting reports, analyzing data, it's endless. Microsoft 365 Copilot is your AI assistant for work built into Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and all your other Microsoft 365 apps that you use, helping you quickly write, analyze, create, and summarize so you can cut through the clutter and clear the path to your best work. It's so nice when you can just log into your email in the morning, get everything summarized to you really quick so you're not missing anything, and you can just, like I said, make the path to your best work, helps you really be the most efficient.
Exactly. So you can learn more at Microsoft.com/M365Copilot. Happy Wednesday, everybody.
Happy Wednesday.
How are we feeling today?
Good. I feel like it's been a good week.
Yeah, great week.
Busy. Got some fun stuff coming up. Planning. The summer's right around the corner. I can feel it. Like when you start
taste it.
When you start to really get into the summer planning of things and making sure you got all this down. I got some couple spring weddings that I'm looking forward to. Your hair's blonder.
Yes, I defrosted.
You did defrost.
I'm out of hibernation. I defrosted for the summer.
As you must.
Yeah, the hair's blonder.
Tommy noticed.
Tommy, of course, noticed. Yes, of course. He was like,
He said,
something different.
There's
about
something
you."
different about it's the most boy thing ever, because most of the time they don't notice, but when they do notice, they can't pinpoint what exactly it is. So they look at you like you have 18 heads, and then they go, "Did you do something to your hair?"
Yeah.
And you have to be like, "You are right, I did." And then they'll be like, "I don't know what it is, but it's something."
Nailed it. Yeah. I was like, of course you would notice that my hair is blonder. Yeah, loving it. Turned out so good. I'm obsessed. And I'm so excited because I was like, okay, I need to do my hair because in 2 weeks, I'm going to Italy for the first time. I'm so excited.
That's probably legit shocking to people.
I don't think I've talked about it once on this show.
No, I don't think you have either. And I was going to say, that will probably blow people's minds.
Yes.
This is my first time going to Italy.
So, I've obviously always wanted to go to Italy, but I always felt like I gotta go like with my parents. I don't know why, but I do know why, because my mom used to go when she was way younger, and her dad is from Italy, and like literally came here when he was 27. So she has always wanted to go back because the last time she was there, she was very young. But this honestly happened months ago now, like maybe in November or
when was the last time they haven't been back?
No,
Mom hasn't been back.
No,
since?
my mom has not been back since she was like a little girl.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I don't think I realized that.
No, so I talked to my dad privately without my mom knowing, and I was like, hey, like if Matt and I surprise you guys with a trip to Italy, like how do you feel about that? Like, I really want to surprise Mom, because I had heard that my mom was basically crying to my family that she'll never get to go back to Italy, and she'll never see it again. The last time she saw it, she was a little girl, like the whole thing.
Yes.
And my dad was like, I mean, wow, like yeah, as a parent, they're obviously like, no, don't do that. But he was like, but she would love that. So I think back in like November, we surprised her, and she obviously lost her mind and was like, oh my God, I'm going to kiss the ground when we land. And, the whole thing, the motherland. She was like, so she literally are so excited. And then Matt's parents are going to come too now. So it's Matt and I, and then both of our parents.
Yeah,
so it's going to be a really special trip, really fun. Everyone's so excited. I think, none of us have been to Italy besides my mom.
Yeah.
And my mom does speak fluent Sicilian.
Yeah.
So it's different than Italian.
Definitely different.
It is very different because it's more of like it's a dialect. It's more like a slang.
Yeah.
A lot of it. So it'll be interesting because she's trying to brush up on like the actual Italian and not just what she knows.
Yeah.
But I'm like, hey, we'll have someone that she knows the gist, I assume,
and
but it is very different.
And they'll know too.
Yes.
Like they'll clock her immediately.
Yes. So very, very exciting. So we're going in 2 weeks. I literally can't wait. We're going to Rome, Florence, and then Taormina, Sicily. So it's going to be so exciting. It's going to be, listen, it's going to be quite the trip, quite the cast of characters. I mean.
And Matt's parents have never been?
No, they've never been either.
Crazy.
Yes. And getting them four together is always so fun.
Yeah.
They have such a blast and are so funny together. So we can't wait. But Matt and I kind of feel like we're bringing our kids to Italy and not like vice versa. But it's really cool, and I feel so grateful that we were able to do that for them because it's going to be really special and really, really cool. And I really can't wait. Like I've kind of like put it to the side for months now. And now I'm like, oh my God.
Well, it's finally here.
It's almost here.
Which is so crazy.
Yeah.
And the timing of it all works out so great because it'll be your 1 year wedding anniversary.
Yes. So we're going to be in Florence for our 1 year wedding anniversary. And we're kind of going to go off and do our own thing. Matt has something planned. I don't know what it is yet, although I can't help but spoil things for myself, which is so bad. But I will say this.
Poor guy always tries to surprise you, and you're just one step ahead.
I know. And then, but the weekend before we go is his birthday.
Yeah.
So we said this last year where it was like, okay, next year, like, I'm going to handle your birthday and then you handle the 1 year anniversary. So we could both like surprise each other sort of thing. So I have a surprise for his birthday that I'm very excited about for the week before. So it's going to be a fun couple of weeks. I'm really excited. And I'm just like, I'm so giddy about it. And yeah, doing the 1 year anniversary in Florida, it's crazy.
Yeah,
it's just
so nice.
it's absurd. I just feel so grateful. I'm so excited. And do you know the rule of like the gifts like for wedding anniversaries, like 1 year, 2 year, whatever. So the first year,
I don't know what they are, but I know that they're.
Yeah, so the first year,
Paper?
It's paper.
Yeah.
I was hoping it was going to be leather because buying
Florence.
leather in Florence, it's not. It's paper.
Yeah.
But I said we'll buy something of paper in Florence.
Yeah, you'll
You know,
find
a postcard,
something. Yeah.
something like that.
Something that like is just commemorative.
Yes. But I literally can't wait.
Yeah.
I'm so freaking excited. So that'll be we're all taking a week off. Franny you have a bachelorette trip.
I do.
For one of your friends who's getting married. Noah's headed to London with his mom, which is so exciting.
Mother-son trip.
Yeah.
So nice that you do that with your mom.
It is
I
really
know.
nice.
Well, last time I wanted to do it, and then my sister and brother like finagled their way into it. So
Yeah.
this time I'm like, it's just us.
Yeah.
Was it a hard rule? Like you guys
Well, my
can't,
mom-
like did your siblings try and come and you said no or?
I didn't tell them about it, and then my
Oh.
sister found out, and my mom's like, she wants to come. I'm like, all right, if she wants to pay her way there, but like, I'm like, also you're not like, you don't have to come on every trip, you know.
Yeah.
You can take a trip with mom on your own time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plan your own trip with mom.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've done some of the planning for Noah.
She
I
must
basically
feel
gave him
loved,
every
though.
dinner
Yeah.
reservation that he's
good,
going
good.
to.
Oh yeah, my mom's like, wow, like, cause I'm like, we have every like meal planned out pretty much.
Yeah,
for the
That's
most
amazing. How long are you going for?
part. 5 days, I guess.
4
I think
nights?
we get there on Sunday and then we leave on Friday. So
Oh no, it was a good
Yeah.
It's a good chunk of time.
Solid chunk.
yeah,
That's a really fun trip. I just found like it's just so interesting when you go somewhere with just one other person,
that's the last time I went to London
you know,
4 years ago when we did like our
not
monthly.
like a significant other.
Yeah, me and my friend went just us last time. And it's fun. I mean,
Yeah.
by the end of it, I was kind of like, I'm done with you. Like, I don't want to. I've
Mom,
spent too
leave
much
me
time with you.
alone.
No, yeah. And maybe my mom will like, maybe she'll like go to bed and I'll be like, I'll hit the town or something.
She'll hit Bond Street. You'll hit the pubs.
Yeah. No,
yeah,
she'll hit the
yeah,
pubs. She's looking forward to the pubs more than
Yeah.
anything, I think.
Oh, that's
So
super
yeah,
exciting.
anyone in London wants to hang out,
Yeah.
we'll be there.
Love it.
Can meet Noah
British
and
listeners.
Noah's mom.
Yes. Sounds like a good time, honestly.
So, yeah, who knows who we could meet?
Yeah.
Notting Hill.
Yeah,
You never know.
you can have a whole big moment.
Yeah.
It'll be nice. 'cause
Famous actress.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is like we do like to take a little. It's not spring break, but around springtime trip So the timing of it just falling around where your anniversary is just I feel like works out.
Yeah, we've done this the
Works
past
out really
couple of
well.
years,
Yeah.
and we usually center it around after the tour or right before the tour, that sort of thing.
Yep. It always just depends on like one of us always has something that we're like, hey, can we build it around this?
Well, last year it was Singapore
Well,
because we didn't do one in the spring. Remember? Well, like because Rhea went on her honeymoon, and then
Yes.
we didn't take like a week off for the team.
Yeah, we
Yes.
did Singapore. Yes, we
Yeah, we did.
That
And
was
so we're like,
Singapore.
well,
We
just
did
the
Singapore.
week that we were gonna take off, we'll just go to Singapore.
yeah, we'll like we'll sub that down into the fall.
Which didn't really feel like a vacation. Like it was obviously awesome, but it's like it still felt because when it's the three of us, it just always feels like
Yeah.
like we got to be getting some content.
Yeah. I'd like to say that I'm going to be off the grid and I'm going to be a lot, but I'm also like, I got to capture some things too.
You also
know?
don't have to be on the grid. Like you don't have to be off the grid.
No,
you know?
no, but like I want like, I'm like, oh, I really want to dive into
Yeah.
every part and like be, but you're also so ahead,
Yeah.
like 6 hours ahead or whatever it is
Yeah.
that you are.
Well, don't worry, I'll be pretty close.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
God,
Oh my
well,
God,
Noah, don't worry, Noah will
Oh my
still be
God.
able to text
I'm
you
at
all the time.
I'm at the Coliseum and I look over and there's Noah and his mom.
You know the crazy thing is
We
that
took the train.
originally like we were thinking about like, oh, is it worth it to go to like another place? But I was like, it's 1 week is kind of tough to like go to different countries. But it would have been how
You
funny
can go
would
to
that have been?
Paris.
And
Over
Sarah's
there,
Sarah's
it's-
gonna be in Ireland. We're all
Oh my
gonna.
God.
Over there,
Sarah's
it's
going to be in
not that-
Ireland.
Over there, it's not that hard.
No, it's not. But it's just like staying in London for 1 week sounded easier. Sometimes because I'm like, I don't want to. Traveling is tiring.
Yeah.
No, it's time off. It's like you
Yeah.
know, and you
But that would have
lose
been
days.
hilarious if I didn't tell you. And I was like, Rhea.
All of a sudden, then Sarah's like, "Hey, we just jumped over from Ireland. We're here too." That's hilarious. I
love
I
that.
am a
It's
little
so funny.
I am nervous to see. I think my parents could be anxious travelers sometimes, and I am a little bit nervous to see how they're going to react to the fact that we're going to have to take like a plane from Florence to Sicily when
right.
they're like, wait, we're already in Italy
Yeah.
and we now have to get on another plane.
They have to get on like a Ryanair.
Yeah, and I've
flight.
kind of like been like, oh yeah, no, it's fine. We're just going to go to the train and a plane, and then they're like, okay, whatever you want. And then
Yeah.
like when the day happens, they're going to be like, oh,
not Ryanair.
yeah.
What is it? EasyJet.
yeah. There's
EasyJet.
all of them, Ryanair,
yeah,
EasyJet.
yeah,
There's like a bunch of those.
That's what we did when we flew.
But if anybody
easy,
has
EasyJet.
any recommendations, please let me know. We have some things booked that we're doing, but we
I
kind
got a
of
restaurant in Florence for you. You gotta go.
please
to.
let me know
Yeah,
because
yeah.
we are left a lot of nights open, just to kind of like walk around, see what's happening. I'm so excited. We're going to, where the White Lotus was filmed in Taormina, and we're gonna go to like the bar where they, a lot of it was shot. We have a reservation there and the whole thing.
It's gonna be great.
My dad's like, "Ooh, I'm gonna rewatch White Lotus
I
Italy."
feel like it's gonna really throw them off that the locations are like different. Like they film at that hotel, but that hotel has no beach. So it's like the beach scenes they film somewhere else in
Yes.
Sicily. So it's like you get to the hotel and you're like, "Where's the beach?"
Yeah, no,
It's
not
like,
there.
No, not here.
Not there.
Not there.
Yeah, really exciting though, because my mom's family is from Palermo.
Yeah.
A city, Alcamo, that's in Palermo, which is on like the opposite side of the island in Sicily. So we're not going to go there. But she was like, we'll just drive there for the day. I said, you're not going to do that. It's just like a
No,
4 hour
it's a
drive.
far drive, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I was like, you're
Yeah.
not going to do that. But
Oh God,
we're
it was
so
some
excited.
great Mount Etna wine.
Yes. Oh yeah, we're going to, because my in-laws fucking nobody loves wine more than them,
Yeah.
which I appreciate because I've learned a lot from them about wine and appreciating good wine, and so we're going to a winery in Tuscany that'll be
Yeah.
nice,
Yeah.
and I'm just really excited because it's going to be a special trip.
That's gonna be so nice.
Yes, very
so
exciting.
excited for you guys.
Thank you. Anything else on the agenda? We have Minneapolis show coming up. Trent will be there. Super exciting. How nice of Trent to take some time out of Masters Week.
I sort of didn't realize that until like yesterday.
Me too.
I thought that in my head, and I thought, wow, Trent committed to doing this the Thursday night of the Masters.
Yeah, but like when does the Masters actually start?
Thursday.
Oh,
It starts on Thursday.
I thought it was just a one-day thing.
Honestly, like
It's a big game on Sunday.
No, Sunday, Master Sunday. No, the Master Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Holy shit! Is he going to be getting live?
First round is Thursday.
You think he's going to be distracted during the show?
No,
They
they'll
won't be
be
having
done.
it at
They'll be off the course by then.
I'm actually even more honored he's taking the time then.
Yeah.
Maybe he didn't realize.
No, I will say though, I think that normally the foreplay guys go down there like for the first few days, like before the tournament actually starts. Like I think that they, at least from what I've seen, because I saw such a cute video of Frankie bringing his father and his father-in-law to Augusta and the whole thing. And I think they were saying, oh, Wednesday. So it really starts Thursday, but I think those guys are down there before and then they leave. So my guess is is he coming from Augusta?
I honestly have no idea.
Has anyone spoken to Trent?
I speak to Trent, but it's just us sending music back and forth. I don't ask him about his whereabouts.
Should I ask Trent right now?
I do. He did ask me to book his flight so I could look. But
Right. Hey, man, you in Augusta, RN?
I'm going to text him. We'll wait for updates.
Should we just FaceTime him?
Are you in Augusta right now?
Should I just FaceTime him?
Yeah, just FaceTime
He probably
him.
won't
Guys,
answer
he's
because
probably
on the course.
It's Augusta.
I don't know if he's
It's
there,
Tuesday.
though. Is he, because the whole thing with the Masters is it's like,
It's
I
a
don't
whole
know.
week event.
No, I know, but I'm like, if they're in there, like, there's no phones or anything, right? So.
Yeah. I don't know if they are as strict on it the tournament actually starting.
I'm just feeling honored.
First 2 days. Yeah.
All right, well, we'll wait for his text back. But Minneapolis, we cannot wait to see
So
you guys.
excited.
We're going to have such a good show. It's going to be such a fun night. Remember to bring your signs. The signs this tour have
So
been
good.
A+.
So good.
Knocked it out of the park. So good, so creative. So thank you guys once again for putting in the effort and making those signs because we really do appreciate them. And I love looking back at the end of the night. I love looking back on the pictures.
Same, me
that
too.
we post because I'm like, oh my God, I
We
didn't
don't
see that one close
we
enough.
missed some of them.
Yeah, I don't see them either because all the people like on the upper levels I don't see.
Yeah,
So
you get to
good.
see all of them. Yeah, no, people have the funniest ideas, and then they're able to execute in a way that is really so good.
There were some really funny ones at the last one that we didn't pick up on until after, which was so good. But we're super excited. Can't wait to see you guys. All right, let's get into the rest of today's episode and get into the topics. We're going to be talking about the In the City trailer that just dropped. We're going to get more Amanda, Kyle, new couple drama. Yeah. Blake Lively has posted on her Instagram talking about the court dismissing the sexual harassment claims made against Justin Baldoni. Chloe Fineman, weird video on Vanity Fair talking about her as a camp counselor.
Not good.
Not good. Taylor Frankie Paul files a restraining order against Dakota, detailing alleged abuse from Dakota. And Meryl Streep and Anna Wintour teamed up for a nice Vogue spread. We love to see it. And we have the popcorner, so let's get into it.
We absolutely love our Pepsi prebiotic cola. I have the cherry vanilla in my hand right now. It's delicious. Comes in 2 delicious flavors. You got the original cola and the cherry vanilla. It has that great Pepsi taste, but now with even more to love. With no artificial sweeteners, only 5 grams of sugar, just 30 calories, and 3 grams of prebiotic fiber. It's unbelievably Pepsi, and you really can enjoy it so many different times. I feel like the perfect way, and one of my favorite ways, is coming home, getting on the couch. We spent a long day in the office. We're talking, we're recording, we're doing all these things, and we want to get comfortable, and you want to just crack open, here we go, crack open a nice Pepsi prebiotic cola, get cozy, maybe under a little blanket, have your soda, put on a movie or binge a TV show. Take a sip. Oh, it is so delicious. You gotta try it. And like I said, you get that 3 grams of prebiotic fiber in there. And you can use promo code 20prebiotic to get 20% off of Pepsi Prebiotic Cola on Amazon from now until May 30th. So go out and try Pepsi Prebiotic Cola today.
The In the City trailer has dropped, and Bravo knows exactly what they're doing dropping this trailer right now. They also know exactly what they're doing by putting in that little tidbit of Amanda and West hugging hello. Hi,
Hey,
cutie.
Hey,
Mandy. Lingering hug.
Yeah, long hug.
Long hug. We got new couples in the mix. We have Andrea back on our screens with his wife, Lexi. We have Whitney Franzway, who was on
The
Bachelor for a little bit.
I think maybe she did a season of Paradise.
Yes. We have Yvonne, who is
I think
Lindsay's...
that's like Lindsay's real
Yeah,
best
Lindsay's
friend.
real best friend. and we'll see a little back and forth between them. We have Lindsay solo taking care of Gemma in the show. Of course, we have Amanda and Kyle.
Yes.
We have Danielle and her boy toy as well.
Yes. So we have the full names of everybody. Lindsay, Kyle, Amanda, Danielle, Eon.
That's Danielle's.
Yes, right? Mm-hmm. Andrea and Lexi, Nick and Yvonne, Georgina, Whitney Fransway, Kenny, Martin, Gavin Mosley, and Katie Arundel.
Yeah, so it's a different cast, new people joining our TV screens, some familiar faces with Andrea joining, obviously Amanda, Kyle, Lindsay, Danielle, we know from Summer House. And it's an interesting time to drop this. It'll premiere May 19th, which we have now calculated in our head. What I believe to be happening is that it will be the last episode of Summer House or the part 2 reunion of Summer House, because if we recall, this is the Bravo play-by-play. This is what they do best, is
a lead in
like they did with Beverly Hills into Vanderpump Rules when we got Sheena cheating, or Brandy's husband cheating with Sheena, and we were like, what show are we watching right now? And turns out it was Vanderpump Rules. So
right, same with Vanderpump into Summer House.
Yeah,
when they had too. I think realistically, it's probably the Summer House finale into In the City.
Yes,
before the reunion, which does mean the finale wouldn't be until May 19th. It could be the reunion, but if they're following the formula, it would be like the Summer House finale.
It would be the 15th episode.
Right, yep, right.
Or the part 1 of...
Or part 1, or I don't know.
The reunion. I could see them doing like a part 1 reunion lead-in.
Who knows how many parts they're going to need.
Right. Do it all in one fucking night. I don't want to go week to week. Give it to me all at once. I don't need the teasers. Spoil it for us. But it looks like we're not going to get Summer House until end of May at this point, the reunion. And I think that they're not filming the reunion until end of April. I've heard rumblings now that it's in the April 20s. Some people DM me that. And I said, I wonder how they know.
Everybody's talking.
You're right. That could be wrong too.
Yeah. And unfortunately, it's like the longer we wait, the more some absolutely insane rumors circulate, where I feel like there's just a lot of speculation, because we won't know until we hear from them, which won't be till then. So we got a long ways to go. It feels so far away.
It does. And as of right now, we are unfamiliar with most of this cast. So I think the drama that's being shown in this teaser, yes, looks interesting.
Yeah.
But we're going to have to be bought in for us to be totally into the drama. Right now, the most interesting part of the teaser for us is seeing Amanda and Kyle's relationship unwind, their divorce. Kyle, it seems like he had people over at the apartment while Amanda was still there, while they were breaking up. They're talking about how they don't have a prenup, and Amanda's like, don't come for me, and Kyle's like, I won't come for you. That whole back and forth. I think that was edited in a way to seem like it's more devious than it was, because when Amanda went on Watch What Happens Live, she was like, we're fine. So I think that was definitely edited to make us believe something different, but who knows if this whole thing changes it.
Yeah.
But it's interesting. It's smart marketing to drop this right now, and we'll be getting it May 19th.
We're getting everybody involved. I mean, they put the bios for everybody on Bravo, which is interesting because you see like what they say for Kyle and Amanda, their marriage is the demise of their marriage front and center. Kyle struggling with financial issues with Loverboy. Lindsay dealing with his new chapter as a fiercely independent single mom. Nick and Yvonne are married, and he is a furniture entrepreneur known for his charm and goofball energy. He finally proposed to her, the former vice president of marketing at a high-profile nightlife empire, now redefining success beyond the velvet rope after an unexpected layoff. While their marriage appears solid, underlying tensions about having children start to surface. She leans on her bestie, Lindsay, for support, and Nick weighs the pressure of career and financial uncertainty as they decide if they're ready to start a family. Then we got Georgina, who's a sought-after dermatologist and medical director of 2 thriving practices. She's preparing to launch her own skincare line. Also navigating single motherhood. Complicated relationship with an ex. Whitney and Kenny are a couple, and she's moving from LA to New York for him. That seems to be their storyline. It's like he hasn't proposed, but she's moving. Kenny is Kyle's friend and Loverboy investor, blunt truth teller. self-made real estate investor and venture capitalist. Then we got Danielle and her boyfriend who, you know, not to just solely go off judging from the outside. Interesting looking guy. You know?
Well,
I'm like, he looks old.
maybe he's an older gentleman.
Maybe he is. She's apparently madly in love. Their whirlwind romance is moving at lightning speed. They're living together and navigating their fast-paced love story. He's building a hotel tech startup. We got Gavin, who's a single guy, fixture in New York City nightlife, launching a string of successful bars and speakeasies. Andrea and Lexi, who we know, and fresh off their first year of marriage. At 34 with his parents in Italy, Andrea feels the pressure of time to start the family. So that they're going to be, that's where they're all at. It's like, is it time to start a family? Not. Then we got Katie, who is Amanda's childhood best friend. So they really did pull from like their real lives for this cast.
Yeah.
I remember Katie.
She was on the last episode.
Yeah, and I think it was Katie's wedding with the Ben
In Italy
thing. Because I think that was that. But she, childhood best friends. Katie's unafraid to challenge Kyle in a way only a ride or die could. Fiercely loyal, but that doesn't come without complications, as Katie is also close with Danielle, who doesn't always see eye to eye with Amanda. So they really, I will say, I commend them for building out a show in a way that they all really do know each other. Like, this isn't, I don't think it's going to feel forced. I think it's going to feel like, how does this person fit in here? How do they know this person? It's like, no, they all really do know each other, and they all agreed to do a reality show. So I think it makes it so much better than just sort of like finding random couples and slapping them on a show.
Right, and doing fake dinners and
Yeah,
whatnot.
yeah.
So yeah, this will be interesting. Interested to watch and see what unfolds, and you know, West will definitely be in part of it because we get a little teaser of that.
I think that edit happened recently.
Yeah, they were like,
I guess they were like, ooh, you know, West did film a little bit. Let's make sure we put some of that in the teaser.
He's in 2 minutes of an episode. Let's make sure we get that in the teaser.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, exactly.
Moving on, more reality TV talk. Taylor Frankie Paul filed a restraining order detailing alleged abuse from Dakota. So she filed the restraining order against Dakota today. It has been reported, and it's very detailed of what's happening.
Yeah, not good.
Not good. No.
And here's the thing. This is what we had talked about when it all went down. With Dakota filing and Dakota's side of the story, it felt like these two were it's so toxic between the two of them. They're both coming at each other. They're both throwing accusations left and right. They're both, I'm sure there's bad behavior on both sides, but now this is Taylor's side filing this restraining order where she had to detail what had happened recently. She says that Dakota has displayed signs of crazy jealousy, stalking her, assaulting her, and becoming, quote, increasingly possessive ahead of her debut on The Bachelorette. According to her, Dakota got her initials tattooed on the inside of his lip, something she says she found out about leading up to their February altercation.
Oh, my God.
And while Dakota is accusing her of assaulting him in that incident, she says he actually assaulted her in that confrontation in February. She's accusing Dakota of slamming her head against the dashboard of his car while in Taylor's driveway. Even wilder, I'm reading this straight from TMZ, even wilder, Taylor says he asked her for sex right after. According to Taylor, after she denied his advances, Dakota called the police on her.
Oh, wow.
Dark.
Wow, that is very, very, very dark.
Yeah, it's crazy to see this side of it, and you have a million thoughts that rush through your head because they're probably throwing accusations at each other, and they get to this point, they're in this fight, alleged altercation happens. I think that in past years, I don't think it's gonna sound bad, but in like past years, this is the stuff that would turn them on in a way.
I get what you're saying.
Like they would have these crazy fights, and I think hook up. Like that's what like it would fuel these crazy fights would happen, and then they would just like jump into bed together.
It definitely seemed that way on the show.
Yeah, even in the show when you heard Taylor in Jesse's closet on the phone with Dakota, like so upset about him sleeping with a girl, and he's like, you know, she's like, she wants all these details. Because she's like...
Well, she openly said that she was turned on.
Yeah, because that's what I'm saying. She was saying she was turned on. So it's just, I just feel that they get into these crazy altercations, and now hopefully they're starting to realize that it's extremely unhealthy, the way that they were handling those things. And it's like, oh, maybe Dakota was... They're falling back into these ways where they'd have these crazy fights. And it would lead to them hooking up, which is just absolutely like wrong in this situation, especially if they are physically hurting each other. Mm-hmm. You know, she's claiming he's slamming her head into the dashboard. Like it is so bad.
It's so absurd.
So that is, you know, now her side. Like I said the other day, I don't know what exactly happens as this moves on, but she obviously is going on the offensive because it's like, well, now I'm gonna, like, he filed his restraining order and the protective order. Now she's filing hers. In today's proceedings, Dakota is expected to ask the court to extend his protective order against Taylor into a long-term one, as authorities are still investigating accusations of domestic violence. So I guess it's just an ongoing investigation. And now they have filed these reports against both of each other. Like, and now it's up to, you know, I guess the police investigation on what comes out of it.
Yeah, I think that this is going to be one of those things where they both have accusations and alleged abuse against each other. And so it's going to be a back and forth. And really, I've kind of said this a million times now, but just like both of them should not be on reality TV. And I both think that they need to be off of it.
Yeah.
And, so that people don't feed into this further, because I think they also both thrive on that as well, where they get the audience reaction of who's on my side, who's on her side, and vice versa. Yeah. So
feels even crazier to just be promoting a show with Dakota.
No, it's insane.
Now this comes out and there's just no acknowledgement, no nothing, no nada. Haha,
like,
we're just watching my little show on YouTube.
Right, we're just gonna keep them on the show. Meanwhile, this comes out. It's crazy.
It is time to ditch that scratchy, dry toilet paper. It's the worst. And say hello to clean with perfectly moist, actually cleansing Good Wipes. Good Wipes is actually flushable, which is so easy. It's made with plant-based fibers, so they break down. You don't have to worry about anything with your toilet. And they're made for sensitive skin, made with clean ingredients, and it's safe for that sensitive skin. While sometimes you can use another wipe that can cause irritation, it's not as gentle, but Good Wipes, so gentle and so soft. They feel so much better than other wipes. They have a soft texture with no greasiness or weird film. And it's so much better than that dry, scratchy toilet paper. Sometimes you get a bad roll of toilet paper and it is torture. The Good Wipes, it's living in luxury. You'll feel great using them. You can buy any 2 packs of Good Wipes at Walmart or walmart.com. Text them your receipt and get reimbursed almost immediately for one of them. For more details, go to goodwipes.com/CITO. Again, that's goodwipes.com/CITO to snag a free pack of Good Wipes from Walmart.
Moving on, Chloe Fineman and the rest of some SNL cast members were doing a little Vanity.
What the fuck was
this? Doing a little Vanity Fair interview, and they were playing a little game of, you know, do you know me that well? That sort of game that all these places are doing.
They do
which
it.
Is very fun.
They do it with a lot of cast.
They do it with a lot of cast, and they're doing it with SNL. And this story that Chloe Fineman told was of her as a camp counselor pantsing a 6-year-old boy, and he wasn't wearing underwear, and, you know. And they put that out. Vanity Fair puts that out. They see the backlash to the story. Vanity Fair then edits the story together to not include his age and some other details to make it not seem as bad. But people had already seen the unedited version with the full story, where and by the way, you could see the entire rest of the cast's face where they're like, oh,
it just got worse and worse.
Oh,
They
no.
just
Oh,
kept
it just got worse.
And they were doing
worse.
like solo cuts.
Yes.
To the
Of their
cast
faces.
reactions. Like it was a
insane.
zoomed up.
And Chloe Fineman was like, oh, it was a different time. I'm like, what does that mean, a different time? She was like,
anytime you have to tell a story with the clarification of, hey, it was a different time. You think
10 years ago?
Maybe don't tell the story. Don't tell the story publicly in an interview that you're like, haha, jokey, did you guys know this about me kind of
right.
way.
This isn't like a 2 truths and a lie game
No.
where you're like, 2 truths and a lie. I lived in Italy.
No.
She's
the only one that knew this story, so she gave it to them.
She just gave everyone the story. She was like, and by the way, I got fired as camp counselor because I pants a 6-year-old kid. And then she said that the kid would like lift up her shirt, and so she wanted to get back at him.
Called the kid a dick, a little dick.
Little dick, and pulled his pants.
She was a camp counselor.
6-year-old kid. You can't pull.
I know. And
You can't pull
A
anybody's
whole
pants
bus
down.
drove by and
What's his
saw
face?
that. Like that's kind of traumatizing for that kid.
And I always mess up all the cast, but what's his face was like, what is happening? Like it's just like the story.
Everybody's
like,
face
how
was
old
like-
was this kid? She was like, I don't know, like 6, and they cut that part out of the new. Like they just jumped to her being like, it was a different time, and they're all joking. Everyone's there. They're like, honey, I think you're on some sort of list. Like,
Yeah, no.
I don't think this is a story you should be telling. And I don't know if they thought, oh, haha, people are gonna laugh at this, and then when they saw the reaction, they thought, ooh, let me backtrack. It's crazy to me that they saw backlash and thought, well, let's just edit his name, let's just edit the kid's age out. That makes it better.
No, I don't know
Cut
how
the whole thing out.
By the way, I don't know how this got even past the round of like publicists being in the room and hearing this whole story and then being like, yeah, air this. Like, I don't even know.
You know what I'm going to bring to Vanity Fair? The story about how I pantsed a 6-year-old as a camp
and the
counselor.
publicists were like, absolutely.
Like, got fired for it.
Listen, number one, this shouldn't have happened in the first place. We all can acknowledge that. Obviously, this was so wrong. Number 2, should have never told the story. Number 3, who's in the room stopping this story from?
Also, it's like you don't want to play. I've seen people talking about this too, like if this was a guy card, but like imagine if the roles were reversed here and this was a guy saying he pants a little girl. Like he'd be fired from SNL immediately.
Insanity. It's not good. You guys said this last night in our group chat, and I watched it, and I was like, what is this going to be? And I was like, oh, I was floored. And then I rewatched it 15 times. I was like, am I hearing this story correct? Because I also
there's certain details you pick up on other watch. Like
yeah,
on the
well, that's
third,
what
fourth
it was.
watch.
And because then every time I watch somebody else's face in the video, be like, wait, what is she saying? Because you can all see them visibly get uncomfortable and want to leave the room. Like nobody wants to be a part of this little game anymore.
Right. It was also weird because you're like, okay, so you're trying to justify a 6-year-old boy who was 6 years old and probably doesn't know what's wrong, what's right.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, like, yeah, should that 6-year-old be lifting up your shirt? No. But do you pants the kid?
You definitely don't retaliate.
And she didn't share how old she was.
I think she was like 16
but I'm saying, like, if you're a camp counselor, from my general idea of camp, because I was never a camp kid, but I think you gotta be like, I think it's like 14 plus at least to be a counselor.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No,
Regardless.
I saw someone say she was 16, but I don't know if that's true.
I mean, they're making that. I think they would just be making that up. Because like, how would anybody know that? Like, how would anybody be like, she was 16? How do you know? She didn't say.
Yeah, it was very wild though.
I don't think,
Very
Either
wild.
way, it doesn't matter.
No, it's ridiculous. It's like, yeah, no wonder you were fired for that. But it's not like and she's doing like the voices.
Yeah, the whole
like,
voice.
The voices of like
it
making, it just was weird.
Trying
to
be
really
like,
weird.
It was like an SNL bit, and it was like, wait, this is not a bit, and this is not funny, and this is just really
like
weird.
how, like, I'm just picturing like when you're editing that, it's like you can tell everyone in the room was uncomfortable, and you're like, yeah, let's still like keep this in.
I don't know.
Also
her castmates were like, hey, let's cut. Hey, cut.
Right. And then
Chloe, find a different story.
Also, to then edit it and put it out again, thinking nobody was going to see the original.
A re-edit is crazy.
Re-editing is wild.
Re-edit
the whole
is
thing
crazy
is so
to
weird.
Be like, if we just take out how old the kid was, that'll make it better.
Yeah, no, wild. Very.
So inappropriate.
I'm going to say wildly inappropriate.
Just wildly inappropriate, not a funny story. And sometimes you find, like, sometimes I feel like comedians do sort of test they'll test the waters on a funny story and whatnot, and you're like, oh, but in a scenario like this where you're doing an interview and it's like your cast is just guessing if things are like questions about you, just come up with something else.
Yeah, no, she literally gave this up herself.
You know, like, this isn't the place to be sharing that story.
And I bet she regrets sharing it now.
Yeah.
Because reaction has not been good.
Wild.
Obviously.
Wild.
Blake Lively has posted on her Instagram now after the court has dismissed the claims that she made.
Not all of them.
Not all, but a lot of them.
Yeah.
To Justin Baldoni. And she had a long statement that she had posted on her Instagram.
She did.
That did include the dragon emoji.
She did. So I'm perhaps leaning into it. Who knows? But she, the court had dismissed a bunch of the like sexual harassment elements, but has kept the retaliation case, which she put out a statement to really commend, to like double down on how she feels like this is one of the more important pieces of her case against him. She wrote, I'm grateful for the court's ruling, which allows the heart of my case to be presented to a jury next month, and for the ability to finally tell my story in full at trial for my own sake, but also for those who don't have the same opportunity too, many of whom I have known and loved deeply in my life, and the countless I'll never know. The last thing I wanted in my life was a lawsuit, but I brought this case because of the pervasive retaliation I faced and continue to for privately and professionally asking for a safe working environment for myself and others. She, continues to write about how the digital attack on her was very real. It's been abusive. It's everywhere, not just in the news, but everybody's talking about it. If you're looking, my claims will be the first or last time you'll see examples of the extreme dangers of retaliation in digital warfare, and it often won't be directed at celebrities or those who may be able to speak up, talking about how it affects all of us. Studies estimate that between 16% and 58% of women have experienced online abuse or stalking, with 97% of gender-based violence service providers reporting technology facilitated abuse in their cases. So she's really, really making sure everybody knows that she feels very strongly about this part of her case. She ended it by saying, I will never stop doing my part in fighting to expose the systems and people who speak to harm, shame, silence, and retaliate against victims. I know it's a privilege to be able to stand up. I will not waste it. Dragon emoji. Yeah.
The dragon emoji was a nice touch at the end there to lean into the throwback.
It's a little callback.
Yeah, a little callback, a little throwback to the dragon text.
Yes. So from the court's ruling, it said Lively has come forward with affirmative evidence supporting her claim, both with respect to the Wayfarer parties following through on their intent to spread negative content about her, and with respect to Wallace's technological capabilities in doing so. There also is some direct evidence that the plan to destroy Lively and her career was put into action. In addition to boosting videos from himself, a jury could find that those efforts were proactive and in line with Baldoni's desire to, quote, feel like Lively can be buried. A person in her position could have understood the workplace to at times reflect a gender and sexualized view of women and a disregard for their privacy sufficient to make it reasonable to complain about a hostile work environment based on sex or gender. Viewed in the light most favorable to Lively, there is also sufficient evidence that it was reasonable for her to believe that the Wayfarer party sexually harassed her by creating a hostile work environment. Given the nature of the response, a jury could find that the Wayfarer parties were motivated not just by fear of what would be disclosed, but by the protected actions Lively had taken in the past. Lively has also submitted expert reports that tend to support her allegations that there was an online campaign to manipulate public opinion and discussion against her. Thus, a jury could find that the Wayfarer parties, quote, waited to exact their retaliation at an opportune time. Lively has identified evidence that, if credited, could support an inference that Wayfarer parties took adverse employment actions against her, at least in part because of her protected activity. The Wayfarer parties have not specifically contested Lively's subjective belief that she was discriminated against. Baldoni himself made statements suggesting he understood Lively made her complaints in good faith. There is enough evidence to bring the issue of Lively's protected activity before a jury. So it's like, they have found, the court has found that there is enough evidence in the retaliation case here for them to really go to court. I was thinking that it's crazy that when this was all happening, we were like, May 2026, they're going to court?
It's here.
That's forever. And now in her note, she's like, I'm, looking forward to having my day in court next month.
It's here. It is here.
Yeah.
At this point, just throwing my hands in the air and seeing what happens in court.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot more will be said. I'm sure there will be non-stop news coverage of what is happening when this does go to court, and everything that Blake will say and Blake's team will say and the lawyers will say in the courtroom, because as we know, for the last year, there's been nonstop evidence being thrown in and submitted, and all these things that have been made public, and emails, texts, calls, posts, everything that we have seen. And now, like she said, her day in court will be happening. So that's
happening soon.
That is happening in May at a reduced level. Not all, because there's a lot of claims, but the retaliation case will be the one that is really the focus. 91% of dog parents say their pup is an important member of their family, and 40% would even say their dog over a human stranger. Safe to say, people are obsessed. And if anyone gets being dog obsessed, it's Ollie. They're relentless about delivering the best food experience for you and your dog, and they give you a way to check in on their health over and over and over again, which is so easy. I know we all care about what we're feeding our dog. We want to make sure that we are giving them the best that we can to support them so they feel good, they enjoy it, they live long lives, because who doesn't want their dog to just make sure your dog is as healthy as can be. From the moment that you start your subscription, everything is tailored to your dog, which is so great. The meals are perfectly portioned, and Ollie's fresh recipes are developed by real chefs and backed by vet nutritionists. With Ollie, you don't just get the food. Through their app, you can actually check in on your dog's health with real vets, which is so easy. You can just upload a picture. Their team can check in on your dog's weight, digestion, teeth, and coat, because they're obsessed with making sure your pup is as healthy as can be. We're all obsessed with our dog. I mean, I think the second I got Olive, I knew I was obsessed, and my life revolves around this dog. And yes, I am also that person that always jokes that when something happens to a dog in a movie, I'm crying over the human. I know that gets controversial, but it always feels like, you're so attached to your animal, so attached to your dog. Get ready for both you and your pup to be obsessed. Head to ollie.com/chicks. Tell them all about your dog and use code CHICKS to get 60% off your welcome kit when you subscribe today. Plus, they offer an obsession guarantee. If you're not completely obsessed, you'll get your money back. That's OLLIE.com/chicks and enter code CHICKS to get 60% off your first box. Ollie, feed the obsession.
Last topic. This was absolutely iconic. Meryl Streep and Anna Wintour did a Vogue spread together. The pictures are so good, and we are finally seeing Anna Wintour lean into Meryl's character in The Devil Wears Prada, because when the movie first came out, The Devil Wears Prada, Anna Wintour was not into this. She didn't like it.
No.
She didn't like the way she was portrayed. She didn't like the whole universe of The Devil Wears Prada. Now she's leaning into it, has had conversations with Meryl, saying that she trusts her implicitly, and I love that. I love to see this happening, because I feel like we are now getting Anna Wintour taking herself a little bit less serious, which is always nice because she scares me. And to see Meryl and her having so much fun at these photo shoots, like, these pictures are major. They are iconic, and it is a huge moment in pop culture for us to be getting this together right now.
Yeah, this is such a great idea. And there's a video that it's awesome, of them waiting for the elevator, and they're looking each other up and down, and they're like, have we met? Like, you look familiar. And they're sort of going back and forth, and Anna Wintour is naming like events. And there was a long-standing rumor that Meryl was like blacklisted from the Met Gala because of this portrayal, that she was never. That's why she had never been there or gone. And as like Anna's naming the event, she's like Oscars, blah, blah, blah. And she's like Met Gala, and Meryl as Miranda is going, she goes, definitely not.
It would be amazing if Meryl goes to the Met Gala this year as Miranda. That would be a nice little play in.
See that.
That would be really fun.
That's a good prediction.
It could be happening. I'm sure they would lean into the Devil Wears Prada of it all at the Met Gala.
Because when does the movie come out, right?
It's the
right
end,
then, right?
Right, because it'll be the first Monday of May, and then Devil Wears Prada I think comes out the end of April, no? Or
I forget the exact date.
May 1st, so it'll be that weekend. Oh, that is.
I mean, yeah, that writes itself.
We got May 1st, and then
Friday, May 1st, and then Monday, May 4th is the Met Gala.
Yeah.
Put that one. I'll put that. Can we bet on that?
Yeah, we're betting on that. And if I'm wrong, then they missed out on great marketing.
Yeah, then that would have been amazing, because I feel like the Devil Wears Prada, like they're really leaning into the promo for this right now, and there's a lot of campaigns. There's a lot of, what's the word I'm looking for?
Crossover?
A lot of crossover, integration. There's a lot of integration happening right now of the characters and real life and the fashion industry and all these things to promote the movie. He just did Adrian Grenier just did did you see it? He did a Starbucks commercial, and he's like he's talking about how Nate didn't get asked back to do the movie.
He didn't, because people didn't like.
Everyone hated Nate.
Everyone hated Nate because they were like, "You're not."
He was a bad boyfriend. No one wanted Nate to be back.
Okay, here's the thing. Yeah, he wasn't supportive of her and her job. She did miss a lot of Nate's events, but he didn't see the vision.
He didn't, and I think that
you know what I mean.
Yeah,
like,
I agree.
Like there were parts.
Thanks, Noah.
No, but I mean, like the thing is, like there were some instances, like his birthday and everything, where you're like, you know what? But an understanding boyfriend, supportive, would be like, it's okay, honey, we'll celebrate a different time.
Yeah,
he was kind of like a little bitch. He was like a little bitch about it.
Yes, and he had a little toot about it at all times, and he like held it against her. It wasn't like this sucks that you missed it, but we'll like work through it.
Make it up. Yeah,
it's something you're not. And he pouted about it.
He was pretty whiny.
He was pretty whiny and had no understanding of really, because I don't think he wanted to understand how competitive and intense her job was.
No, they weren't meant to be, and it was better off that way.
No,
I'll say
the commercial was very funny. It's like throwing him in there, and then he made a little nod at the end. He was like, I mean, like if they call me, I'm available.
Right. He's like only hot in Entourage. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Well,
like he
was hot as Nate. I always thought he was.
I just
hot
think
as
Vinny
Nate.
Chase, like he's just
Well, the unfortunate thing was, anytime he was in anything else, it did just seem like it was Vinny Chase,
right?
You know,
no,
like it was
but then he was only Vinny Chase because of the Entourage world.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
He could only be so nonchalant as Vinny Chase.
Right.
When he got into other roles, everyone was like, all right, Vinny Chase is like sort of a bad actor.
Yeah, and he hasn't done too many other things, I feel like, recently. But he has been asked nonstop about it, because they're like, oh, the movie. And I feel like he's had to talk about Nate a lot. So this was smart too. It's like, hey, if you're gonna be asked 9 million times about this character and how this character's been left out of the sequel,
right?
At least get your bag at that big commercial.
And here's the thing, like, they broke up. He wasn't invited back. What are you gonna do? She moved on.
Right. It's also like, I don't think anybody would have wanted Andy to be back with.
No one's like,
Nate.
Yes, Andy, get back with Nate. We were like,
right. She's like this, high power professional at this point, going back to working with Miranda, and she's like, oh, by the way, Nate's at home cooking grilled cheese.
Hey, maybe he turned supportive and stay-at-home husband.
Yeah. Maybe there'll be like a mention of him. Like, not that he's in it, but maybe they'll be like, oh, he's like an executive chef in Paris or something.
Yeah, I ran into Nate in Paris.
I don't see him, but he fulfilled his dream of being a a chef and he's got this big restaurant. He's too busy now, you know?
Or they completely write him down
Or
and
he's
he
just
never made it.
Again. He's ran out of history.
He never made it. The chef, it just didn't happen.
I know, but it is so fun seeing them do this shoot, having them, it just all makes sense. And I'm glad, like you said, that Anna's starting to lean into it. You know, I always say Anna, and I know it is Anna, but she just seems like an Anna.
Really?
Yeah.
It's always been Anna.
No, always. But just her aura.
Well, that's like the Ralph Lauren versus Ralph Lauren.
Right. Like, exactly. It's like you want to make it a little fancy and you just see them, so you go, oh, Anna Wintour? But everyone's always said Anna.
It's Anna.
Yes.
Yeah. I never thought of it like that, but I get what you're
But
saying.
I wonder if sometimes she's like,
is
I'm
very-
on. She has that, it's a very specific accent that she has. You know, she's like, I'm Anna Wintour.
Yeah. Like, Ralph Lauren.
People are, Ralph.
It is
No,
funny
it's Ralph Lauren.
Yeah, when
Yeah,
people
no,
say
people are like,
Ralph Lauren,
he's
it's
from
like, no.
Queens.
Yeah, it's actually Ralph Lauren, just straight up.
Just straight up
I
Ralph
definitely
Lauren. Always
for-
been Ralph Lauren.
No, for a while I definitely said it.
100%. I think I throw it. Well, because
Always.
because you went through a phase around maybe like high schoolish times where people they'd be like, it's Ralph Lauren. You're like, oh, is it?
Oh shit, I've been saying
No,
it wrong.
I was like, I'd be like, I don't know fashion.
This is like when Kris Jenner, the way she says all the designer names. That's such a funny clip of the
Or like,
Kardashians.
the Louis Vuitton.
Louis Vuitton.
Louis Vuitton. Louis Vuitton.
So good. Yeah, this was amazing. Iconic.
Yeah,
And
I love it.
that wraps up today's topics. There's nothing better than having friends who support you and your passions. Just like that one friend that goes with you to watch that new indie movie everyone is raving about, or if there's a celebratory cake when you finally get that dream home, State Farm is there to help you along the way. State Farm agents can help you choose coverage, whether it be for your home, car, boat, motorcycle, or even RV. With a State Farm agent, you know someone is there to help protect what's important. And with so many coverage options, it's nice to have help finding what fits for you, so you can continue catching up on all the latest pop culture moments with your friends. Go online at statefarm.com or use the award-winning app to get help from one of their local agents. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. All right, let's get into the pop corner where we take your hot takes, your voicemails, your opinions. Let's get into it, Noah. Play that first voicemail. I kind of messed up the intro there, but we're just going to keep it going.
I liked it. Roll with it. Play that first voicemail.
Hey guys, I just wanted to pick your
so
brain
loud.
on the whole influencers versus A-list celebrities and their knowledge to the public, if that makes sense. Like, I would say my mom has no idea who Alex Earl is, but then my younger cousin has no idea who George Clooney is. Like, where do you think, is there any in between? Like, where do we think these generations are going to end up? Are they not going to ever know these A-list celebrities because they're just going to be so invested in influencers? And do you really think that influencers like Alex Earl would really turn out to be even bigger than a George Clooney? Not sure if this is all making sense, but are you catching my drift? Would love to hear what you guys think, and love you.
Love you.
I
am
You catching
your
my drift? We're catching it.
I'm catching it. I think that there is like a cutoff, and I think it is sort of a little bit after the year I was born. So I was born in 1997. And I think 2000 and on, it's really a toss-up if they know certain celebrities, musicians, movies. Like, sometimes I'll see Moobie and Smelly have no idea about someone that we're just like, oh, obviously that person is so famous, you know? Like, like there's just a certain cutoff at some point. Now,
but I think this is banned through, I will say, like, I don't think this is a new thing.
No.
I think this has always been the case. I think there's just, I don't think it's necessarily influencers versus like A-list celebrities now, because they're all considered celebrities. Like, these influencers to a younger generation, like, they are their celebrities. So like they're just all put in the celebrity category. It's like, you know, there's celebrities that my mom would have been like obsessed with in the 80s that if you asked me when I was 10 to 16, if I knew who they were, like some guy on Melrose Place, I'd be like, I have no fucking clue who that is, you know?
Mm-hmm. I think it also brings up the discussion, though, of, the two names, Alex Earl and George Clooney. If we're in a restaurant, right, and we see Alex Earl sitting at a table, whoa, like, oh, shit, okay, cool. We see George Clooney, I'm fucking fainting at the table. Probably.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like where it is like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
But on the opposite end of that, somebody younger is probably going to have that reaction towards
the
Alex
flipped,
Earl.
yeah, for sure.
And George Clooney, they'll look
It's
at
like
their
some
parents
old
and
man.
go, oh, who? It's like some old
But
guy.
I feel like she's also saying like in like 30 years from now, is it just going to be, is the pendulum going to like sway to the, where no one cares?
No,
But I honestly think,
don't think so, because there'll be a new age of A-list celebrities to them. Like they're
Timothy Chalamet.
Yeah, their A-list celebrity will be Timothy Chalamet. It'll be these younger.
Yeah. But I also think that those people have to be online kind of, so they almost are like dipping their toes. Like Timothy Chalamet, that whole Marty Supreme, that was like as if he was an influencer.
Yeah, marketed a bit younger. Yeah, they kind of have to play into that now because that's how you're going to grab their attention. So yeah, it's interesting, but I do think what Fran said is right in the way that kind of the same thing when we were younger and didn't care about certain actors. Like, I mean, I remember my parents going crazy over Goldie Hawn, and when I was younger, I didn't get it. Now I can appreciate Goldie Hawn because I'm like, oh my god, wow, legend. Also, that is Kate Hudson's mom. Like, and there's you figure out all that you appreciate more when you grow up.
When you grow up and you actually sit down and watch the projects that these people have done, because now you're like if a 12-year-old is like, I've seen all of George Clooney's movies, I'd be like, that's weird.
Right. Borderline inappropriate.
Yeah, you're not at that age yet. And I think eventually you grow up, you start to watch old things, you see new things, and you're like, oh, you can understand the impact that these people have had. But because this younger generation is so online, the obsessiveness over the newer age celebrity is just so strong. I don't think it means that they won't care about the big movie stars. I just think they're gonna really care about them all. But the influencers are the ones that feel the most like approachable to them. They have the most access to them and seeing their lives. So yeah, like you see Alex Earl on the street, a girl is gonna run up and know everything about her and want a picture and all these things, compared to walking down the street and you see like Jennifer Aniston, you're like, oh my god, but you don't have that access to her. You're like, I can't go up to Jennifer Aniston, So
for sure.
Yeah.
Hi guys, I would just like to make a point here. All of this drama that's coming out with the Mormon Wives, specifically Jessie, these girls don't drink, so they are making these poor decisions sober. Like Jessie with Marciano, Jessie kissing Chase, like you're doing this sober. I think Taylor might have been drunk with the domestic violence stuff, but imagine if these girls drink, what the drama would look like. Like, this is crazy that this is all going on without an ounce of alcohol.
I think that all the time, but doesn't some of them drink?
Does Jessie drink?
Jessie does.
Jessie, there's some because Jessie sort of left the Mormon.
Yeah.
I don't know though. Pretty unclear.
Has consumed alcohol.
Don't know if she's actively.
But it's
drinking.
not like I don't think it's like someone who never drinks alcohol.
But you do bring up a good point, because honestly, when I
true.
watch this show, that completely escapes my brain that they don't really drink. And oh my God, you're right. Can only imagine. Like, think of the reality shows that we get where people are drunk all the time fighting. Like, I cannot imagine.
Did you see Michaela post a video? She posted a video on Instagram. I'm sure it's on TikTok too. But it was like Eminem, her, and Macy, after driving over 4 hours to prove that Krusty Man was lying, and now they're hanging out. Eye roll emoji, eyes emoji about Jessie and Marciano. And her caption was, I love you, but you're way too hot for this, crying face emoji. And Jessie commented, okay, but you're not single, so ... had to find someone else. And then Jessie's going back and forth with people in the comments. She wrote, I'm still single, just having fun. What dating is doesn't mean I'm in a relationship and won't be for a long time. Macy comments, looks like we're going to have to take out the trash again.
Oh, shit. So was
But I'm like, what is this stirring up for? Like, what are you guys getting us all going for?
They know this is how they even got the show in the first place.
I know. So pick up the cameras.
I don't know how this doesn't cause them like anxiety. You know what I mean? Like they like love leaning into like online drama.
Totally. And they're talking about their friends. Like, but that's why I wonder it just all comes across like so fake.
Yeah.
You know?
That's true. That is true.
Then
it's getting a little bit tiresome
fake.
right now.
Yeah.
Right now it's getting a little bit repetitive with the drama.
Right.
And it's almost
like you're all making jokes about it.
Yeah.
Jesse's commenting, Macy's commenting. Is like, are they all just in the group chat beforehand? Like, hey, I made this video. What should I caption? Like, people are going to go crazy.
Right. Like, you go comment and then I'll comment. Yeah. Who knows?
Yeah.
This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. Therapy isn't about financial advice. It's about managing the stress, shame, or anxiety that can come with it. Therapy can help people unpack their relationship with money, build healthier coping strategies, and feel less alone in the process. BetterHelp therapists work according to a strict code of conduct and are fully licensed in the U.S. BetterHelp does the initial matching work for you so you can focus on your therapy goals. A short questionnaire helps identify your needs and preferences, and our 12-plus years of experience and industry-leading match fulfillment rate means we can typically get it right the first time. If you're unhappy with your match, switch to a different therapist at any time from our tailored recs. When life feels overwhelming, therapy can help. Sign up and get 10% off at betterhelp.com/office. That's betterhelp.com/office.
Hi, Rhea, Fran, and Noah. This is Emily from Chicago. My question is, what would it take for Amanda and West to have a successful career after the drama? I feel like it will take at least a year after everything to kind of settle down. But my inkling is telling me that Amanda will be able to like see the light at the end of the tunnel, but I don't know about West. I feel like he's kind of done for. Let me know your thoughts. Thank you. Bye.
I don't know. I feel weird when it's like, this is the end of their careers, because that feels extreme.
Yeah.
Like, I know their behavior is wrong, but is it like, oh my God, he should never work again because of it, you know? And we had to watch Tom Sandoval on 90 different shows.
Yeah. Like, this isn't like job ending, like they shouldn't have jobs anymore, you know?
Like, I don't think they should be, like, I don't think Wes should be fired from his job.
Right. No, like you, like, hooking up with someone that you shouldn't or whatever does not mean
bad moral judgment.
Yeah, but
like,
that doesn't mean you shouldn't have a job anymore.
Yeah.
So I think just like time, because their job, I guess, in some way is to be likable, right?
Yeah, it is.
When you are an internet personality, your job is to be likable and for people to want to watch and follow you. So they could still do that. Are people going to watch and follow them? Time will tell. I think time heals all in these sort of situations where if they kind of like weather the storm and push through and keep, you know, working, then eventually I think it comes back around. I mean, like you said, Tom Sandoval was on 500 million different shows.
Guys fucking singing on America's Got Talent, for Christ's sake.
People did enjoy Tom Sandoval on Traitors. Like, and maybe to laugh at and not with. But this is a situation where I like, they didn't murder somebody. They don't. It's not like, oh my God, they need to be fired.
No,
you know.
And it's like, I don't know. I find this with a lot of these Bravo scandals that everybody loses their mind over. It's salacious. It's juicy. You want to know the details. You want to talk about it with all your friends. But when it gets so extreme that it's like these people's lives should be ruined forever because of this, then I'm like, like backpedal a little bit. Amanda's, it's a little more interesting to me because, yes, while she has her different ventures that she has done and, you know, like the bathing suit thing and being online, reality star is really her job. And so she's going to have a new show. But once again, it's like another thing of that is so much more based on public opinion. And if people want to watch you as a reality TV personality, which is different, because it's like, who knows what's going to happen with Summer House? But if they're all back in the house this summer, that dynamic is crazy. Do they rework it? Do they not? Or if they all go back and see what happens, I don't know.
I mean, we watched Kristen and Jax for how many more seasons after Kristen fucked Jax and it was Stassi's best friend. So like, were
100%.
we a fan and being like, yes, no, but people were watching them on TV.
Yeah.
So
no, as I'm saying, which is why I'm like, Amanda could still very much be on reality TV and continue that journey for herself and see what she wants to do in that world. I don't know what her other, aspirations are on anything else that she wants to do. While yes, we watch West on reality TV, he does, the podcast thing, the hosting stuff, like he's also so much in the sports world that there's like a pivot of like, oh, well, if Summer House is a dead end now and I blew up my reputation on Summer House, there is something else that he can do that, while yes, he will face public backlash for a while, eventually
it dies down.
Eventually it'll die down.
Yeah.
And same with Amanda. It's like if they keep doing In the City and if that's a massive success and see what happens there or whatever she wants to do next, it'll die down. I don't think it's like, well, we should never, like that, it's over for them.
Yeah, no, I think that there is a path, whichever way you kind of just have to keep going and see what happens.
This is what makes reality TV juicy. It's like, now you want to see how they all handle something like this.
And there has been many of times where somebody does something on reality TV that is messed up and then they return for a couple more seasons and then people end up liking them a couple seasons down the line, years down the line. So you just never know what could happen.
Right. And it's hard to really say now when we haven't heard from either of them. Like, we don't know what their vibe is going to be. We don't know if it's like, if they're going to own up to it, if they're not, if they're going to be like assholes about it. Like that changes it all so much.
Right, so true.
With how they show up to the reunion. Like, and that'll be a big tell on, I think, how the public sees them going forward. But we don't have those answers right now because we don't know.
Yeah, how they proceed going forward will be a big indicator for, I think, the future for them.
Yeah.
So. All right, I think that wraps up the Pop Corner. Keep calling in with your hot takes, your voicemails, and your opinions. We love hearing them. All right, that wraps up today's episode of Chicks in the Office. Thank you so much for watching and listening. We love you guys so very much. We'll see you in Minneapolis, and we'll talk to you on Friday.
Yeah, Chicks in the Office. Long-time listener, first-time caller.
Look at the charts, who does it the best? Two chicks getting paid in reality checks.